Hey folks, it's Ben. Another pseudo lawnmower video here. What we have is a blade that needs to be sharpened. Now there are a variety of ways to sharpen blades that are awesome to the really sloppy and quick. I prefer at this point to be sloppy and quick because I don't like wasting a lot of time sharpening stuff, but there are fancy ways to do it. Here's a lawnmower blade. I think it's about a 21-inch unit, maybe 22, and it has a cutting edge along the entire surface here. It's kind of a mulching blade as well, though we do use it on a discharge mower. The three ways to do it: number one, you can do it by file, which I don't have any hanging up right now on my tool wall here. They're around here somewhere. But you can file them down by hand, putting them in a vise, which is probably over here by the vise. You vise down the blade as you'd want it. You clamp it down, and then you go by hand and sharpen the blade to the right angle and right sharpness, and that gets rid of all the defects and helps it cut the grass better. Second way to do it is they actually make a rotary 2-4 drill, which I definitely don't have. But what it does is it attaches to a drill, and you once again put it on the vise, and it cuts the right angle into this blade and gives you your sharp edge. Now, what you're looking for in an edge, of course, is essentially when you're looking at it to see nothing. You want it to be crystal clear. If I back up, it'll be better. Crystal clear. You shouldn't be able to see it. Anywhere where you can see the edge, it's probably flat. The third and less efficient but more common way, or I should say pretty efficient, but you can get yourself in a lot of trouble, of course, is the bench grinder. And that's typically how I do that. Why do I use a bench grinder over these other methods that take a lot longer? Because a lot of people, A, don't even sharpen their blades, and B, if they do it once or twice a year. I would just assume do it quickly and more often than not as much and have duller blades. So I typically sharpen my blades at least once a month. We also hit a lot of damaging items here, rocks and wood and things like that, so they typically get dull fast. So it takes me about 30 seconds aside to whip a nice blade sharpness on that. Approximate the angle is what I typically do because I'm just not that great at it. So you look at what a new one looks like. It's a balance of, if it's too flat, then it's a sharp edge but it dulls quickly, and if it's too blunt, then it stays sharp for a long time, but it doesn't. But it isn't very sharp. So you've got to kind of balance that act. So I'm not sure the exact specific angle you want, but I hit about 45 degrees. You try to work that down the entire edge of the blade. So let me fire up my bench grinder here, put on some of my protection, and I'll give you a spin, show you all the sparks it throws out. Using the wire wheel to just clean up the blade really quick. Make sure there's no debris. See if I can catch this here. It's nice and sharp now, of course. As you saw that it's not very, I was kind of shooting it quick for the video, but I tried to make that consistent, but you see how you can see my passes there. But now the blade is very sharp, great for cutting grass. Things to look out for, I think you can see it, there's a little bit of dullness right here, where you can actually see the edge of the blade, and so I'll have to kind of just touch that up, and that'll be a nice cut razor edge as well. Things to look out for: number one, you don't want to remove a lot off one side and not the other. You want to keep it kind of balanced. And of course with this method also, it does remove a lot of material quickly, so eventually this blade will wear out faster. That being said, sharp blades are nice, and number two, new blades are kind of cheap. I think they're about 20 bucks a piece. So if you get 5 years out of this blade and then you're back to normal, at least you've got nice sharp blades. So I'm going to do this for the other side and for the other side of the mower deck, but that's how I sharpen my blades for every single mower I have.